In the very west of this huge country, on the shores of the Baltic Sea, there's an amazing land. This is the Kaliningrad region, the smallest and the youngest region of Russia. Its island located among the European states outside its native territory. And many centuries ago, the people of the Prussian lived here. The memory of them was preserved only in legends. Today, we'll visit the city of Neman, standing on the bank of the river of the same name. Once, these were the lands of one of the Prussian tribes, the Sklavans. They have gone into eternity, but their memory has been preserved in the ancient legend that you will hear now. Many millennia ago, a meteorite rushed through space. The meteorite was heading towards planet Earth. It glowed with white light and was like a star. And on Earth, on the banks of the river, which is now called the Neman, among the forest and swamps, in those days lived people whose faces were dark. They knew neither fire nor memory. The savages looked scared at the white tail of the comet, which was getting closer and closer. Finally, a bright light lit up the horizon of the valley. It was a star falling from the sky that illuminated the whole forest. But suddenly, giants appeared from the starlight. Their height was taller than the tallest pines. Their hair was whiter than snow, and their eyes were blue. The giants looked around. They inspected place, forest, lakes, rivers, fields, and then they named this land Ulmigania, because they were called Ulmigans. The giants Ulmigans pondered how to rule over people who don't know either fire or crafts. Then they erected magnificent castles for themselves, changed their height like human, and taught people, gave them fire, taught them crafts, and how to grow bread. Several thousand more years passed. The world in Ulmigania has completely changed. The population has grown, the number of bakeries and forges increased throughout the valley, and the people have changed. But one day, the peaceful and calm life of the tribe ended. From somewhere in the west, an unfamiliar, gloomy man with unkind face came to the valley. People met him very warmly and even invited him to have a dinner. But the stranger suddenly began to urge everyone to get rid of the Ulmigans in order to take all their strength and power for himself. Greed has crept into the hearts of people. The elders pondered, but how to do that? After all, giants are immortal and invincible. Then the stranger told the people that he was a sorcerer, and if the tribe decided to fight the Ulmigans, he could turn all the warriors into dragons before dawn. When the elders expressed the tribe's agreement, the stranger performed his black sorcery, and now the whole meadow was full of fire breath and lizards. Thus began the terrible battle of the dragon people and the giant Ulmigans, which lasted the whole night, from dusk until dawn. But people didn't manage to defeat the giants, and with the first rays of the sun, the dragons regained their human form. The Ulmigans, who gave the savages great knowledge and for thousands of years took care of them and protected them, were terribly angry. No prayers and tears could pity their hearts. Ulmigans took away the human form and fire from some people and turned them into hairy forest creatures, the Macabets. From the other, they took away human appearance and strength and turned them into cowardly dwarfs, bastards, who still lived in the roof of trees. The three surviving brothers Tilza, Vilman, and Rombin set off to meet their fate. And only the leader of the Ulmigans and his daughter Regina remained standing on the bank of the river, which in centuries will be called the Neman. "Well," said the giant, looking into the eyes of his daughter, "it's time for me to leave these lands. Do my last will." With these words, he erected a huge tower and ordered his daughter to take refuge in it. And when she went out onto the balcony, the father showed her the key and said, "Let only that one own this valley who can lift this key and set you free." For centuries, brave youth from different lands have come to the tower, but no one of them even managed to move the key. And then one day, a young warrior drove up the tower. He went up to the stone and unexpectedly easily took the key in his hand. But no matter how much the young man tried to unlock the lock, it was all in vain. But suddenly, a beautiful girl appeared on the balcony. "Listen, dear friend," she said. "You are the only one who could lift the key, and it doesn't matter if the lock didn't open. If you call my name, the whole valley will be the land of your people, and I will become your wife," the girl said. "Your name Regina," said the young man, remembering the ancient legend of the Ulmigans, "and I am Sklave, son of King Widewood." "Now you are the master of this valley," said Regina, leaving the castle, "and from now your tribe will be called Sklavins." The legend about one of the Prussian tribes ends. A few centuries later, the city of Ragnit grew up here, which in our time is called the Neman. But people still keep the memory of the beautiful princess Regina, Ragnit. Her bronze figure rises on the central square of the city.